What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of The Shy Season 4. This is episode 7, Black Messiah. We didn't get an episode last week because of the holiday, so we are back at it. Bitch, when we left off 2 weeks ago, okay, Keisha said she wanted her baby back. I am so mad at this episode for right now, because I haven't watched the whole thing, but I review as I go so I won't forget. But they started the episode off with Keisha with the baby. Okay, I'm sitting here thinking like it's a little dream sequence or whatever that's gonna happen or whatever. This is what she's thinking about, holding the baby, saying mommy loves you and all this stuff. No, Keisha got the baby. And then you got Nina coming in there and basically like, did you ever, the baby calm now, but he's not gonna always be that way. And, did you really think this out and think this through? And truth be told, Nina asked the real questions that needed to be asked, but she could have, I don't know, she could have kind of held off, I feel. Nina is going through her own stuff. So Nina is being very blunt. But in this situation, I feel like she needed to, because it seems like Keisha is, on the outside, it could seem like she's doing a knee-jerk reaction, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, she wants the baby back. And she was like, well, Tabitha, she's cool with it. She's understanding. She'll be a good mom to somebody else, kid or whatever. Because Nina said, she could have did a bit, been a good mom to her, to the son. And so at this point, she was like, are you thinking about the long-term stuff? Like what happens and how you will feel when the baby starts to look like the father? I said, bitch. Now, I don't know if I would have asked that, but it kind of needed to be asked, though. It had to be asked or whatever. Because, the drama and pain that she was going through trying to forget. Like, she can't even go through a go through with a date and have a person just lightly touch her in a not so romantic type of way or whatever without shrinking back. So that is something that she has to think about. But Keisha's all the way here for, she hasn't came up with a name for the baby yet. I said this baby has been in the world for how long and he still ain't got no name? This don't make no sense. But it is what it is. And I understand that you gotta make it feel right. So once the name feels right, then they'll come up with it. So that's that on that. Then we get Trig and the mayor. Okay. Duda is fine. You know what I'm saying? He out the hospital. And I was like, he coming back to the hood. What's going on? You seeing Trig outside and everything with Big Mike or whatever? Girl, they at the little hoe house, the trap house, hoe house, okay? And that Nook is in charge of. And, at this point, Duda is just basically trying to make good on what he needed to make good on. And mostly it's probably because of what Tracy said, because the last time he seen Tracy, Tracy was pissed off at him about the community stuff. And so, he want to make good on that, kind of make an impression or whatever. Who gives a fuck at this point? But he tried to put his foot down and let you know that, bitch, I'm not just the mayor. I used to be a street nigga and I'm still a street nigga and I still run this shit, okay? They came up in there, Big Mike, Trig, and Nook, came up in there to Nook, aka Malcolm. I was like, Malcolm, that's your name? All right. And he was like, what's up? What's up? And he was like, your services is no longer needed. I don't need this no more. So you can shut this down. I want everybody out by Monday. Okay, by tomorrow. And he was like, what you mean? This is my house. He was like, get out, nigga. Shut it down, nigga. I was like, damn, I ain't hear do that scream like that in a minute. But, Nook just looked like, I bet. Now, when nigga give you that look that says, I bet, girl, I'm gonna keep my eye on Mr. Nook at this point, because I don't feel like it's over and it's done with him. You just can't take his money making spot that he used to and let that just be it. Meanwhile, we got Jada up in the goddamn. Jada is shaving her head, and she is going through all of the emotions of shaving her hair because of the chemo and how it's doing and taking a toll on it. So, the last time we saw her, she was taking her braids down and her hair was coming out within the braids. So she just decided to go ahead and take it down. Baby, they got her looking so sickly. I said, oh my God. They got her looking grave, okay? And if Jada don't make it past this season, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad, okay? Because Jada was the only one. Jada literally was on here just trying to help people. Help Ronnie's grandmother. Stole medicine for her, whatever. Put her job on the line, doing stuff for Emmett. All this stuff. In the time when she finally find love in her life that is sustainable and it looked like it's something worth it, you get thrown another curveball with this cancer situation, and it seems aggressive at this point. So I really do hope that she do make it through it. Hell, if y'all can let Duda stay alive, bitch, let goddamn Jada stay alive too, okay? Anyway, moving on from that, Trig and Imani goes back over there to the house, the trap house or whatever, and he just don't know how to act, okay? He don't know what he needs to do, whatever. And Imani was like, treat these women just like anybody else, okay? Because we are supposed to be out here saving the community, so therefore you treat them just like you would do anybody else that you out here trying to protect. First, we're gonna go up in here and we're gonna introduce ourselves. It was at least 3 rooms that they opened up that had locks on them, that had women up in there, sex trafficking like a motherfucker in them dirty ass shit, and they look like they stank. I was so mad. I was so mad, and my heart hurt so bad, okay? Because lost potential. Meanwhile, with all that going on, we get Nina and Dre. So Nina is keep on receiving things or whatever. People coming over, about to get ready to come over to drop some stuff off for Keisha. Dre is like, so we having a baby shower? She was like, not really, but it is what it is. So Dre tried to touch her. Nina backs back. She kind of jumps. And she was like, girl, don't worry about it. I know you probably feeling the effect or whatever about Jada and everything, and her thinking what's going on with her got you thinking about life and mortality and stuff like that, but we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right because we got love and all this stuff. Nah, Dre, she having flashback of the fact that she cheated on your ass because she thought you was cheating, because you should have opened up your mouth and you should have said something. But truth be told, just because your spouse ain't telling you what you need to be here, what you need to hear or whatever, that don't mean go and spread your legs to somebody else. Meanwhile, we got speaking of spread legs and stuff, we got Imani up in there trying to separate her old clothes or whatever so that she can get to the girls from the trap house or whatever, had them something. Trig come up in there, they having a little moment and everything, and then Jake comes in there asking for some money so that he can surprise Gemma for the spring fling dance. I said, what, $45 a piece? I said, bitch, what happened to 10? I've been out of school for a minute. $45, but then again, you go to a prep school, so therefore it's a little bit more. And it was like, do you even know how to dance? I mean, yeah, I know how to dance or whatever. It was like, I'm talking about dance like Steph, whatever. And if you out here in Chicago, I don't know if it's the whole Midwest, but for sure Chicago, we step out here too, okay? And some of the music that they mention, it's like stepper music, okay? So that's really what hooked y'all motherfuckers, especially out here in Chicago. Y'all didn't give a damn about what R. Kelly did and the fact that his dingling was in, girl, on that goddamn tape. Y'all didn't give a damn, okay? Y'all didn't give a damn. That should have known. That should have told y'all some shit about y'all selves right then and there. You see the evidence, and all that motherfucker had to do was put out Step in the Name of the Love, and everybody was back on his tip, okay? Everybody was back on his side. Bitch, Jake said, first of all, I'm not 42 years old, so I'm not about to do that stepping shit. And second of all, we can't even listen to Step in the Name of Love no more, so who the fuck is it? What is it? And I was like, oh, I'm surprised that they put that in there, because yes, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, they was up there trying to, R. Kelly Bell got denied too. Anyway, a win-win situation. But anyway, somebody gonna get upset. R. Kelly is innocent. Girl, shut the fuck up. Shut your dumb ass up. But anyway, it was cute. They was dancing and having a good moment. I do like the family atmosphere that Trig tries to put on for Jake. I will say that. It's so genuine and you do feel the love. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we go over there to Nita and Dre place again, and then Kevin coming down and he listening to his music in his headphones. Truth be told, it wasn't that loud. Here go Nina talking about something. What you doing? You listening to that mess? It's hurting my ears and all this stuff, and woo woo woo. And it was like, what? You upset because your little girlfriend left you for your friend? And I was just like, Nina. Why would you say that shit like that? It was just so cold and calculated. It was just like you don't have no feelings, like his feelings don't matter. And I didn't understand why she would say it like that. It was like she was antagonizing him, cause you just mad cause your little girlfriend left you for your friend or whatever. Of course. Bitch, you a cheater. Dre gonna get up in that ass when she find out, and you gonna say that to your son. You don't got no sympathy, you ain't got no empathy talking about something. You need to be worried about other things like school and this and that and getting you back into Northside prep and all this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, this is why he's acting out, because y'all not paying attention to him. And even Dre said, I think he's depressed. And even Nina said, no shit. But why you acting like this with him? Like, seek help for him instead of just coming down on. I did not like that. I did not like that at all, because you going through what you going through, being a cheating asshole yourself, and you gonna put your son down like that. That wasn't a good look, Nina. It wasn't. So, oh, excuse me. We get Emmett and Tiffany, they taking out some old, baby stuff that they have from Brandon. I think the baby name is Brandon, right? Girl, anyway, or EJ. Girl, we're going to call him EJ just in case, okay, to be on the safe side. And they complain about what Emmy mostly is complaining about is the stuff being easier to take down than it is to put together, whatever. And of course, Tiffany kind of equate that to their relationship, and they get into this little conversation, and she start talking about the fact that she got to do this job where she got to go to this sex party thing. And of course, before she said exactly what it was, he automatically assumed that the job was going over there to fuck Dante. And she was like, if I was gonna fuck Dante, I would have said I was going to fuck Dante, okay? But at the same time, she told him about the sex thing. It's a sex party with their new client that they're working in conjunction with. I think it's Amon. Amon, who came on the last episode, Tiana Taylor husband. And she got to get some edibles up in there, trying to get some new clientele and stuff like that. It could be lucrative for the business. And, she just looking at it from a business standpoint. And even invited Emmett to come along. Emmett acted like he ain't want to go, but I'm pretty sure he gonna go. They going over there to Keisha and Nina house. So these are the people that are coming over there. Just Jada, Keisha, Nina, what I should say. Did I say Jada, Keisha, and Nina? They live there. Jada, Emmett, and Tiffany. They coming over there bringing some stuff for the baby or whatever. I will say this. I love the fact that Keisha and Tiffany, I'm going to say it again because I feel like I said this before. I love how their relationship has evolved, okay? And where they are in this place now. Because when they first started off, they weren't here for each other. At least Tiffany wasn't here for Keisha. I don't feel like Keisha really had an issue with Tiffany. Tiffany was just on some jealous tip or something like that because she really wanted Emmett. But, they have come a long way, and now they're like good girlfriends. And I like the fact that Keisha has somebody around her age to, talk to or whatever, that seems to have it together. And then she's also a mother. And I'm not saying have it together, but she's figuring out life the same way that she is too. You know what I'm saying? With this motherhood thing or whatever, giving her advice about it, about finding the name, and how her experience was when she got pregnant, and how her family really wasn't here for it, but they came around. And of course, you do got some family members. I'll watch your kid if you pay me. Bitch, I'm that family member. I'm sorry. It ain't mine. Pay me, bitch. Okay, no, I'm dead ass. Okay, somebody might say that's wrong or whatever, but no, I'm dead ass. Give me at least a couple of dollars, you know what I'm saying, so I can at least use that to get them some food just in case I ain't got none, or you run out of whatever it is that you give me, and we can be good, okay? Don't leave me unprepared. But anyway, I love their relationship, but what got me was Emmett and Nina in that kitchen, okay? Nina, she's sitting there drinking her little mimosa, whatever the fuck she was drinking, okay? And Emmett just basically called her out and said, because Nina's her attitude and her tone of voice, you can tell something is going on with her, because she's not the same Nina that we know. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody talk to her, her voice is laced with attitude, and it's because she got this guilty conscience, all right? And Emmett picked up on it. Okay. Emmett was like, listen, I know that tone. I know that that look or whatever. She was like, what you talking about? That's the feeling of you got something on your chest that you need to get off of, something that, regret and all that stuff. And what you really need to do to get over it is you need to go ahead and tell it. Okay. You did something. You made a mistake about something. He knew exactly what it was without even saying it. And even Nina had to tell him to be quiet because Dre came past or whatever. And so at this particular point, while they sitting at the table, Jada had came over there. She looks good with her haircut bald though. I was like, all right. I was, she's giving me a little bit of Tiffany Haddish feel, but I really like it. Okay. Black women, amazing. But she did that, and her and Jada was having a conversation, and she was like, girl, thank you so much, because she was like, at first I wanted to cut my hair a while ago, but I didn't know how my head would, look, but, life has a crazy way of forcing you into certain situations, and it was like, that's true or whatever. She said, speaking of that, thank you so much for letting Dre be around me and taking me to chemo and all this stuff. Cause girl, I probably would have thought that something was going on if I didn't know what was happening. But I know you wouldn't. Girl, at this point, Nina's face was looking like, I mean, I kind of did. Jada was like, girl, are you serious? You thought me and Dre was doing something? Now you know damn well we ain't even fucking like that. We just good friends or whatever. She was like, I know, but listen, I fucked up and I made a mistake. And she was like, girl, what? Girl, I cheated on Dre. She was like, bitch, you did what? Yeah, like, I don't know if I should tell her or not because I don't want her to leave me. And she was like, I know how Dre is. She the type of person that sees stuff through. So, trying to give her a hope. Like, go ahead and tell her Dre is not going to be that person that's just going to leave you in the dust like that. She's going to finish the whole relationship out. Girl, I don't know. I don't know. Meanwhile, you got Kevin over there in line. I guess he was going for a video game or something like that. And I don't know if he was drinking, or was he drinking pop. Bitch, either way, Kevin is just going through some stuff. And I really need somebody to come through and get him some help. And you got this girl that he bumped into on the last episode who was the daughter of Vic Mensa's character Jamal. What's her name? Lane or something like that. Lane or something. Girl, whatever. L. She got the hookup, so he gonna go with her. They just so happen to be in the same place at the same time. And I'm like, okay, at least his spirit seems like it's lifting up just a little bit. But I don't want him to get into another relationship with somebody just to get over the relationship with what happened with Gemma and not Papa, but Jake. He needs time to heal. He needs to love himself. He needs to find himself and be one with himself for now. Okay, he don't need to be jumping into another relationship or anything like that. Friendship, cool. Relationship, no. Okay, because at this point, Kevin needs some better friends. Okay, minus Papa, Kevin needs some better friends. And speaking of Papa, Pop up there taking pictures of Maisha from her little magazine shoot, trying to cut him out, trying to do like, I don't know if he was doing a little poster board or whatever. He trying to win Maisha back. And, Jay comes over there because they was at Emmy's place, Smokey, and was like, I never do no shit like that for a bitch. And then he was like, what if something happened between you and Gemma? Okay, like, you gotta come correct with that. And you need to be careful because, the same way, because Papa called him out. Papa said, y'all fucked up for what y'all did to Kevin. He was like, it ain't my fault that he corny. I said, it don't matter if he corny or not. That's your boy. And that's been your boy. Okay? And you did that. You literally let a woman come, a child, a teenager, a little girl, come between your relationship with your friendship with your boy for years. Somebody that you only known for a year, maybe two, you literally let that come between y'all relationship, and that's messed up. And to try to downplay your friendship and to downplay Kevin's character, I didn't like that. Jake been showing the signs of this ever since he first got on the show, to be quite honest. So we really shouldn't be surprised. But it's just the principle. You would think, that's your homeboy, so you wouldn't step over that line, but I guess he don't think that way. And it's the fact that everybody is okay with it. Like, did y'all talk to this boy and let him know? And Gemma, like, you can't do this. You can't go around breaking people's hearts like this and being foul like this without, if you feel like you're gonna cheat, break up with that girl. Anyway, they kids. But yeah, he was talking about that, and you know, Jake Papa just told Jake basically, you better be careful, when it comes to Gemma, and just hope that you don't she don't break your heart the way that Kevin got his heart broken by her. That's basically what he was saying, because if she can do it to Kevin, who's to say she ain't gonna do it to you? She got bored with Kevin. She felt she was missing something with Kevin, so she went to his friend. And what if she gets done with the bad boy aspect of it all with you, and then she goes to somebody else without even breaking up with you, and she cheats on you? Okay, you lose them the way that you get them. That's what it seemed like, And Papa was warning him, and then was trying to tell him do some romantic or whatever to get her, to surprise her with the tickets and all that stuff, and here go Jay. How you giving out all this relationship advice and you ain't even got no relationship? Just listen to him, okay? He was being too much. All right, that's what it is. But he giving you some good advice for somebody that's only been in one relationship. He's giving you some good advice, to be quite honest. Moving on from that, we got Imani and Trig. They trying to work with the women and feed them and all this stuff. And then a couple of the women, they upset at what's going on because they like, y'all, basically, at least in this predicament, and it's sad that they got this mentality because they feel like at least they was in a fucked up predicament, but they got a roof over their head, they had food, they had clothes or whatever. Where they gonna go now? They don't want to go to a shelter, they ain't got friends, they ain't got family, so what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? So now they got to figure that out. Then you got this whole situation with oh shit, I'm so sorry, I literally just went blank. You got a situation with the whole community aspect of it. That's what it was. I want the rock community. You know what I'm saying? Tracy's organization, they putting up little stands or whatever, and for refrigerators or whatever outside where you can get free food, little shelves and stands, whatever, where you can get free books and materials and stuff like that. And we saw Trig go over there to Jamal and I forgot the girl's name, but the girl that was Vic Mensa's girlfriend, that they had to go over to the house and stop him from whooping her ass or whatever. And his main complaint is that she keeps on putting her body out there on the internet, and that's exactly what she was doing when Trig came over there looking for him. Gave her a sign to put out there in front of the house, saying basically that this community is protected by our own. We don't need the cops. And we see the men helping the woman. That was beautiful, whatever. And I said, this is all nice. I seen places where, not in Chicago, but I seen places all over other places where they have a stand where you can get the free library books or donate books or whatever outside and take them, read them, bring them back, whatever. Baby, I don't feel like that shit can happen right about now. In this day and age in Chicago, it's a good thought. It's like a dream montage of what we want to happen, but I don't know. It's very fanciful at this point. So, also not to forget, back over there, Dre, it was a cute moment where Jada, Keisha, Nina, and Tiffany, they were all standing around and they was just talking about what it is to name the baby and how names mean something. And Nina said, just as long as you don't name that baby something that won't get him hired or whatever. And Keisha was like, I don't give a damn, okay? If they don't want to hire my child because of his name or whatever, he wasn't supposed to work there in the first place. And that's how a lot of people feel. And I get where Nina coming from, and I also stand more so behind Keisha. People should be able to name their child whatever it is that they want to name, regardless of how crazy it may be. But, we do live in a world where people do still get discriminated because of their name. So, it's something to think about. How do y'all feel about that? Put that down in the comments. Moving on from that, we got Kevin and Lene. They going over there to her little secret place or whatever that she go hide out at and have fun. I was like, what's this? Baby, when she said the west side, I said, ooh, now. I felt like Kevin. He was like, "Oh, I ain't never been over here on the west side, girl. That's how us outside that don't venture over there feel, okay? And so, you know, it was cute little setup. Okay, you got Big Mama in the front of the house cooking food or whatever. It looked like a little juke joint and all that stuff back in the day. And then you go in, it's a whole gamers type of situation. And I respect the fact that they got this whole thing going on and nobody has came out or tried to, you know, take their establishment down, because you know niggas is crazy. They'll try to steal some shit or whatever and fuck up a good thing. But everybody is in there having a good time. We see Lene and Kevin, they going against each other with the new video game, and he beats her, and you know they having a good time. But later on, as they was, you know, walking, they was in the park, whatever, having a little discussion and getting to know one another. And you know, he was like, you don't know the things that I've been through, because she even called him corny, you know. And it was like, well, you don't know the things that I've been through. And she was like, yeah, I've been through some shit too, you know. Grew up with an alcoholic father, a crazy brother. It was either go, I guess, to the brother or being on foster care. So she chose to be with the crazy brother, which is Jamal, I feel like. Mind you, Trig get called over there to them. They over there fighting. Cherry done got her brother over there fighting Jamal, claiming that Jamal then fucked her up. And Jamal said, no, this bitch done fucked my head up. She was like, no, nigga, you fell on a skateboard. I said, these motherfuckers right here, like, oh my God, it's just a mess, okay? Mind you, she just had Trig just had a moment with Imani. Um, she was in a room that was supposed to be Charity's room, and she had a little breakdown because of it. And, you know, they come to the conclusion because, you know, like I said, a lot of the women were thinking it's better to be in that trap house or whatever because they had a roof over their head or whatever and they knew where they was going than to be out there on the street and not know what's up. And then they was like, maybe they don't have to leave. We can just turn it into, you know, let them stay here. Okay, it don't have to be a trap house, but let them stay here, you know. And so after, you know, Imani had her little emotional breakdown over Trinity passing or whatever, and Trig was trying to comfort her by saying her spirit is still here and all this stuff, he was like, we're gonna call this house Trinity's house. I thought that was a nice little touch or whatever. It was cute. You know, at the time they do all that, Big Mike, he did, y'all saw that part when he stopped that boy from, you know, breaking into the car. I said, Big Mike, first of all, you a nigga that be on the street, and you probably would have been here for him breaking into the car. But okay, if that's what y'all want to play, that's what you gonna play. But anyway, you know, Emmy was at work, and then Tiffany came by and was like, listen, I just gotta get the receipts or whatever, but I'm finna go to the sex party thing for work. And he changed his mind and said he'll go. They might find something that they like. They wind up going up there or whatever. I said, this BDSM, dominatrix, submissive type of shit, I want to go to one of them, okay? Whoops and chains and handcuffs. I want to go to one of them just to see. Not to necessarily participate because I probably would be too scared to participate. But I just want to observe, just to say that I've been there, and then to be like, wow, maybe next time I will probably engage. But then again, probably by the end of the night, I'd have probably did something already, okay? Especially if it's weed and shit, that alcohol. Okay, girl, I'm just saying, girl, your you get freak factor, okay? You got a adventure. But the whole time I'm thinking, COVID. COVID. Oh my God, they filmed all of this during COVID, okay? You know, I said I hope everybody tested negative on the set, baby, and didn't come up with nothing afterwards because they was all up on each other. And I appreciated the fact that the mistress of the whole thing, you know, she came out and she was giving the rules. She was like, you know, I know my body and all that stuff, whatever. And you know, don't partake in a lot of the party favors because they are drug induced or whatever, you know, the edibles. And you have to be a lucid mind to give consent, because you can't just give consent with you're being high and stuff like that. But you have to give consent. No touch without no touching when nobody tell you not to. Just putting down the whole line of consent. And I love that part. Okay, I was like, all right, come on, boundaries, you know. Aaron just looking, he was fascinated. He saw two women sitting there doing what they was doing. They was like, no, nigga, you can go. And that girl that had that split tongue, I don't know what y'all do with that. That stuff freaks me out. Okay, now I'm into a lot of things. That ain't it. But can you imagine if that was going down on your clitoris? Okay, can you imagine like two of them just tickling it? I just said, it's a sex party. My man went there, okay? But anyway, so they was doing that. You know, they go to a room and one lady asking Emmy, you into toys? Then Tiffany come up in there talk about something. I got a 5 minute break, so I'm into toy. Let's see what's going on. And I'm like, so is this is what y'all trying to use to repair their relationship? I don't know if it's gonna last or whatever, but I mean they enjoying each other for right now. So hey, if they love it, I love it too. You know. Meanwhile, you got Jake and Emma up there talking. They smoking. Anyway, fuck them. Okay. And then you got Kevin talking to Lene, and he tried to ask her out on a little date. She was like, nah, bruh, that ain't even what it is. You know, we could be friends. His little feelings was hurt again, but he ain't trying to make it shown. But you can tell he was a little hurt. And I was like, you don't need to be getting with somebody else just to get over your old thing. You need to just take your time and just be friends with somebody. Because at this point, Lene is actually somebody that he has a shared interest with. They both like video games. When we see Jimmy and Kevin together, we have to be honest with each other. What did they have in common with each other besides the fact that they went to the same school and they was black? That's it. That is it. Her interest was 100% different than what his interest was. And that's where they clashed at. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. So, while at the sex party, Tiffany gets approached by this dude named Kai. Truth be told, Kai looked like he is gender fluid, okay? He said, bitch, whatever get my dick hard is where I'm going, okay? And at this moment, you is what giving it hard right about now. And she was like, I mean, that's cute or whatever, but I'm not interested. He said, maybe next time you will be when you off the clock. I was like, ooh. And it was like, so you interested? She said, maybe. But then they get to talking to, the lady who was controlling or running the whole sex party thing, and you know asking, you know, how does she do this, basically. Girl, is this shit crooked? Y'all didn't tell me this shit was crooked this whole time. How does she run this whole thing, being the fact that she's been in a relationship for 5 years, and I think she even married for 5 years or whatever, because she had a ring. That don't mean shit, but she was like, you know, what she learned is a couple that play together stay together, you know what I'm saying? And so now this is giving Emmett and Tiffany more stuff to think about. All I can say is at least Tiffany and Emmett wasn't arguing this episode, and they didn't really have that much beef with each other, and they was on the same page for the most part. I do like a couple that can explore things with each other. I don't necessarily know if this is gonna work for them, but I do like couples that do things together and try to work out their problems together. And it seems like that's what they're trying to do. So I'm gonna let them go for that, okay? Um, you know, Mr. Jake, he had, you know, surprised Gemma with the will you go to spring fling with me? And she said yes, of course they danced. Moving on from that. Okay. Kevin smitten. Kevin is smitten, baby. He is smitten by Miss Lene, okay? Because when she was like, I'm going to go home, he was like, you going to take the train by yourself? She was like, yeah. And she walked away. He was just smiling and shit. He went and dyed his hair because when they went to the little gaming thing, the dude Jabril or whatever that she used to play against, he was like, you dyed your hair, look at that color. She was intrigued by it. And I guess it was for the part that she called him corny, you know, and so now this is his way trying to attract her or trying to step outside the box of his comfort zone or whatever. So he dyed his hair. I don't know what color it was because I don't know, was it just me or was the episode kind of dark, intent? Okay. But, you know, we get over there to Trig. Trig is over there with Cherry and them. Her brother name is Lance. And, you know, Jamal, he outside just pissed off talking about some. She put her hands on me, but I'm the one that got to go. And I said in this situation, Jamal, just go. Okay, just go. Lance come out there, Cherry come out there, yeah, get the fuck up out of here. You ain't doing this and all this stuff. So, of course, you got the testosterone just boiling. Everybody's at a height, you know, and they're going back and forth. And then Lance pulled out a gun talking about saying, you ain't going to come back up in here and all this stuff. Woo, woo, woo. And, you know, Trig is trying to calm everybody down. And so Jamal got real close to Lance and said, shoot me, I don't care. Of course he wasn't gonna do nothing, but then, you know, Trig knocks Lance over to the wall and pins him up trying to get him away from, you know, Jamal, which caused him to drop the gun, which went to Jamal. Jamal, dumbass, went and picked the gun up and fucking shot Lance. Girl, I'm sitting here like, what the hell? You just made the situation worse. Now you about to go to jail for Probably life. You know how they give niggas life and shit just for first offense, and I'm pretty sure this ain't your first offense, okay? And I'm just like, so you literally trying to make yourself get back up into the apartment. Now you're about to go to a freaking jail. This is crazy, okay? You're about to go put away. What about your sister? Now, it's just people be in toxic relationships and don't know when to get out of it, because sometimes I feel like they like that stuff, but on the other hand, sometimes I feel like most of the time they're really stuck and they just don't know how to get out, because they fear for their life. And if this can happen, what if he would have probably snapped off and actually did something to that girl? They both got anger problems and he got more of it. Uh, and Trig feel bad because he couldn't help the man. The man died. And this is when he talks to Duda and tell him, we're not letting them girls go out of that house. We letting them stay in the house, because if they go back on let them go, they're gonna be back on the streets. Okay, they're gonna probably be being pimped by somebody else. That's basically what it is. And Trig whole thing is, after seeing tonight what happened with the fact that there is no police in the neighborhood, and nobody was there to help and offer services. The ambulance finally did get there, but it was too late. It was too late because they had to suck it up and go ahead and call. And so at this point, it's like, we need the police. And then you got still some black folks that's saying they feel safer with the police in the neighborhood. How is that? And like Duda said, we are not a monolith, okay? Everybody's not going to agree on everything, but we do need a change to come. He is trying to get his proposal for the defund the police to pass. Baby, you should have tried to do that before you put that out there first, okay? And granted, I understand what it is, and we trust and believe. We know how it is if you live in a neighborhood where it's always getting constantly patrolled by police and all this stuff. We get it. But you got to go about it the right way, okay? And so Trig is he's in his feelings right now because of what he just witnessed and what happened, and it's truly messed up. Meanwhile, what's messed up, bitch? Dre. Po Dre. I need to get my stud nigga and we need to go take a drink. We need to go get a drink or whatever, because my stud bro is just going through it right about now. I felt her hurt. Nina finally told her, because at first it was like, it felt like every time something good happened, we get hit with something else. And everything was going great. I think Dre was the one that said that. I said, oh shit, Dre. You're about to be hit with something else now. And Nina just couldn't hold it in no more, okay? Her face just showed it. Dre was like, what's wrong? She started quivering in her talk and crying and stuff. She was like, I cheated on you. And Dre was like, no, no, no. I was like, damn, Dre. Man, it reminded me that episode of Insecure season 1 when Lawrence found out that Issa cheated. You fucked that nigga. You fucked that nigga. Damn, Issa. It just reminded me of the emotions and stuff like that. I don't know why it went there, but it went there. I was just like, this is crazy. Po Dre. And then, you got Keisha up there dreaming about her attack and her situation, what she been through, and the fact that Ronnie came in and helped save her. And she woke up and she went to her baby and she was like, hey, Ronnie, mommy got you. And I was like, oh, so you naming the baby after Ronnie? I mean, that's a good and a bad thing, because Ronnie had issues. But, Ronnie was a savior. He got redeemed at the end. So there you go. That was The Shy. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.